At Rogie Falls, you can witness the spectacle of salmon leaping home to their birthplace. Salmon in Scottish rivers are unique, returning from the sea almost all year round. Those that have been at sea for more than a year migrate to spawning grounds in the uppermost reaches of their home river, one of nature's true wonders.
This is one of Scotland's most poignant places, Culloden Moor. Culloden was the last major battle to be fought on mainland Britain. On April the 16th, 1746, the Jacobite hope of restoring the exiled Stuart dynasty died here. The army of Prince Charles Edward Stuart was bloodily crushed by government forces, led by the Duke of Cumberland. In less than 1 hour, the time it takes to walk around the battlefield, Bonnie Prince Charlie's dream was over, resulting in an almost fatal blow to the Highland way of life and to Scottish culture. Here's something kids of any age will revel in, the landmark forest theme park. As well as thrills like this, you can also get to grips with nature and magnify bugs and wee beasties to huge sizes. Pine trees have grown here for 10,000 years and the squirrels love it. You'll learn about Scotland's timber industry, climb the country's tallest timber tower, an ideal day out for the whole family.
A firework display will bring out the kid in all of us, but no matter what your age, here in Newton Moor, it's not traditional pyrotechnics that will take your breath away, but liquid fireworks.
The waltzing waters.
Don't miss the opportunity to see these amazing shows.
A lot of us have a dream of Scotland. Mountains, forests, sparkling waters. At the Great North Lodges in Aviemore, you can live that dream.
Now imagine yourself here in Mountain Bear Lodge, relaxing after an invigorating day of glens and forests. Everything you need is here.
This is the largest of 10 individually located lodges in the Aviemore area, with every modern amenity and plenty of additional luxuries.
And in the kitchen, check this out, 2 dishwashers, there's plenty of room for the whole family to get together and help prepare the meal. There's a double oven, larder fridge, and check this out. This is what they call the Stubli, intimate dining for 16 people.
And to top the dream off, a steady soak in the hot tub, with a forest, heath and moorland all around. But be warned, you might not want to leave. At the end of this 3-mile private drive, we'll see a star of film and television. On the way, there's Lagan Sands, the largest inland beach in the country.
And here's the star, Ardverichy House, better known as Glen Bogle in the BBC's Monarch of the Glen. Billy Connolly and Judi Dench both stayed here for Mrs. Brown, as well as Michael Palin in The Missionary.
Queen Victoria and Prince Albert spent a month here before buying Balmoral. Today this remains one of the finest private houses in the Scottish Highlands.
When you arrive at Glencoe, the majestic mountains never fail to impress. If you travel east, you'll come to the head of Loch Leven, yet another stunning stretch of Scotland's water. Glencoe is forever associated with the tragic massacre of 1692, when on the orders of King William III, Campbell, Earl of Argyll's regiment slaughtered 37 of their hosts, the Clan Donald and their chief Macian of Glencoe, because they hadn't sworn allegiance to the king. If you're a Campbell visiting Glencoe, even today, keep it quiet.
It's pretty wild out here in the Highlands, and you never know what you might encounter.
If you want to see Scottish wildlife, and I do mean wild, past and present, then you can here at the spectacular Highland Wildlife Park at Kincraig.
like these characters, Mouflon wild sheep, and there's many more. You can drive around the main reserve in your own car and investigate the walk-around area on foot.
These fellas are known as the Chevalsky horses, named after the Russian explorer who discovered them in the 1880s. They are extremely rare. Scotland's full of pleasant surprises, and there's one here at Cairngorms, the Old Alliance restaurant with rooms.
It's a great concept. A restaurant with rooms means you can enjoy the pleasure of fine dining without having to leave.
Guests have a choice of tasteful rooms or a studio, where you can linger over the memory of your dinner.
The cooking here is French, using Scotland's finest ingredients, and that means venison, mussels, salmon, and outstanding beef and lamb. So if you fancy some fine dining combined with a restful break in a landscape dominated by the fabulous Cairngorm Mountains, then this is for you. Well, I've had my taste of Highland whiskey, and now it's Amy's turn.
There are some who would have you believe that there exists a kind of divine secret, a miraculous genius behind the manufacture of Scots whisky. I, however, acknowledge no miracle other than that which is worked when science and nature combine. Those words were written in 1827 by Long John MacDonald, 2 years after he founded the Ben Nevis distillery. The legend of the Drew of Ben Nevis Visitor Centre is built into an old warehouse dating from 1862. You'll meet the mythical giant Hector MacDram, who will reveal the legend of the Jew in a special audiovisual presentation. After your experience with Hector, a conducted tour of the production areas by a trained guide concludes with a complimentary tasting. Long John would be pleased to know that today his Jew of Ben Nevis tastes as good as ever. With Loch Ness and Ben Nevis nearby, this is a piece of the Highland heritage you'll not want to miss.
There's something magic about mountains, and Scotland has the UK's biggest and best. This is the Nevis Range mountain experience at Fort William. And what an experience it is. This is Britain's only mountain gondola, and it will take you effortlessly to 2,150 feet up Anach Moor. That trip takes just 15 minutes, and once you're up here, you really do feel you're on top of the world. This is the ultimate environment for outdoor activities. It's heaven for walkers and a place where the mountain bike really comes into its own. And when this cool, clear mountain air sharpens up your appetite, there's even a restaurant up here. Good home cooking and a well-stocked bar add a finishing touch to this trip up the mountain. And with views like this, you'll take home a priceless souvenir, a memory of Scotland at its best.
If you're looking for a short break with rugged mountains and shimmering lochs, then Glencoe and Loch Leven has it all, plus the Loch Leven Hotel. In the 17th century, this was an old coaching inn, and the warm welcome that visitors received back then still applies today, along with good food and 21st century comfort. This is an ideal retreat for off-season breaks. There's a good range of rooms from singles up to deluxe doubles. This is a great base for a touring holiday with Loch Ness, Glencoe and Fort William close by. Built in 1890 for the wife of the Episcopalian Bishop of Argyll and the Isles, today Craigmuir Lodge welcomes guests who are keen to enjoy a Highland holiday. Got my coffee, got my map, I'm ready to explore. Whether you're here for a relaxing break or something more vigorous, there's a choice of ensuite rooms to suit, including base camp rooms for climbers and walkers with their own breakfast facilities. And here's just what you need after an invigorating West Highlands walk, a sauna or a soak in the hot tub. So a century later, let's thank the Bishop of Argyll for providing a superb venue for a relaxing holiday. Fort Augustus was named after William Augustus, the Duke of Cumberland, known as the Butcher, after defeating Bonnie Prince Charlie at Culloden. Fort Augustus is also the bisection of the Caledonian Canal, which enters Loch Ness in the north. The flight of lochs through the village are a fascinating sight. Nearby you'll find the Caledonian Canal Heritage Centre, where you can discover the history and operation of this busy canal.
In the Cairngorms National Park, the Albion Dalradi Estates are set in 13,000 acres of forest and farmland, extending into the beautiful Monolith Mountains.
There's a range of accommodation, including self-catering cottages, so let's take a look.
This Victorian cottage, sleeping up to 8 people, is ideal for a peaceful break. The properties vary in size, sleeping between 4 to 10 people, but you might fancy accommodation on a slightly grander scale. Alvey House is an Edwardian-style shooting lodge, providing exclusive, fully catered accommodation, ideal for family groups or parties, with views across a tranquil loch, the pine woodlands and mountains.
There are plenty of outdoor Highland activities to enjoy. You can try your hand at clay pigeon shooting or archery. Plus, these quad bikes are a great way to get around.
The estate's chalets and country cabins are up-to-date holiday accommodation, with a variety of walks nearby and only 3 miles south of Abbey Moor.
I think this is what getting away from it all really means.
The Cairngorms National Park, at 1,400 square miles, is the largest in the UK.
This is a great place to visit in the summer, and in the winter you can ski, and it's where I learnt to ski when I was 5 years old. The Cairngorms Mountain Railway climbs to over 1,100 metres and presents a great chance to experience one of the most beautiful mountaintop regions in the UK. Just looking at the ski runs makes me long for the snow. This is a great place to learn all about winter sports.
This is an experience you'll remember for a long time.
Nestling amongst the Caledonian pine trees and at the foot of the Cairngorms Mountains, you'll find the MacDonald Aviemore Highland Resort, a great place to stay if you're looking for somewhere where the great outdoors meets the great indoors. With 4 hotels and luxury lodges on site, there's plenty of accommodation to choose from.
But what's so unique about this place is the range of facilities available right on your doorstep. And if the scenery looks familiar, that's because the surrounding area was the backdrop to the TV series Monarch of the Glen. Abbey Moor, an absolutely stunning area, perfect for work and play. With skiing, quad biking, hiking, kayaking and clay pigeon shooting, this is a great place for holidaymakers with an adventurous side. But if you're after a break with a quieter pace, Abbey Moor also offers peace and tranquility, with fishing, beautiful countryside for gentle walks, and of course, plenty of opportunities to sample the whiskey.
Yes, the Highlands of Scotland is one of the most exhilarating destinations for a break. The scenery alone is a souvenir you'll always have.
Yeah, but sadly it's time to leave behind the glens and lochs. But do join us on the next edition of Britain's Best Breaks, where we'll be taking to another great destination.
All that clean, crisp mountain air. It's been quite a ride. And remember, you can visit all the places we've been to on the show on our website, and all of our shows are available on DVD.
So we'll say goodbye for now until the next edition of Britain's Best Breaks. But remember, the choice is yours. Bye-bye.